Last of the games today at the Alfred Hajos National Swimming Stadium in Budapest. Welcome to South Africa versus the USA to determine who will be the last name in the quarterfinal lineup. The loser will go on to classification, as we once again regale you with some lovely pictures of Budapest in the sunshine at night time. And here in the water polo arena, it's still 33 degrees. Just checking the temperature, still 33 at the National Swimming Stadium in Budapest. Very warm indeed. And the crowd's had some decent water polo to watch today. Probably the first game was the best game, but we'll see how things sort out. The Italians looking very strong just now against Australia. Croatia coming through against Georgia, and there was a very tight first game between Montenegro and Japan. Japan trying to call a very late timeout to get that score at 10-10, but it was to no avail. And this will be South Africa against USA. Now, South Africa are still very much a work in progress. Vaughan Marlowe, their coach, knows that. So there might be a touch of damage limitation here. The USA already have been put through the ringer by Serbia, and then they got their own back against Kazakhstan, and then they played Australia. We've just seen Australia beaten by Italy, while the USA overcame Australia by 5 in a 14-9 victory. And their captain has led by example. We'll see him coming out on full deck very shortly. Ben Halleck has 8 goals from field goal range, but actually is not the top scorer because there are 2 on 9. That's Alexander Bowen, 6 field goals, 3 penalty goals, and Matthew Farmer has 1. Maxwell Irvin has 8 plus 1 for the Americans. The results, just confirmation, 2 wins and a loss for the USA, which is why they found themselves second in that group, which was won by Serbia. Serbia winning all 3 of their games. Very tight against Australia, quite tight against the USA, it must be said, in a blowout victory against Kazakhstan. So Serbia, one of the unbeaten teams going into that quarterfinal. For the purposes of this one, the USA will be the away team. These are our 2 officials from Kazakhstan, Adil Aimbitov. And talking of Australians, as I was just now, there was an Aussie official for this. Andrew Carney will be the man involved on that side of the pool. There are timekeepers, the statisticians. The thing about water polo is a lot of stats. And there's a table full of people who do all of those. Obviously, we have the availability of the VAR as well. It was used in the previous game, and you never know, it might be used in this one. So, out come the USA, and what they have is a really nice blend. They've got a few 2000 and younger, and all of their players are born in the 90s, so tend to be upper 20s, but they are starting to sprinkle a few new faces in there. Adrian Weinberg is their #1 goalie. Chase Dodd is their #2. Marko Vavic is #3. Thomas Gruwell, who's going on the full deck now, is #4. Hannes Dobb is #5. Jake Earhart, #6. And here, very shortly after we've seen Jake, we will introduce you to their 25-year-old captain, Ben Halleck.
#7 and team captain, Ben Halleck.
Dylan Woodhead wears #8 for the USA, who will be wearing blue caps for this one. Alexander Bowen, joint top scorer for the States with 6 field goals and 3 penalties. Where's #9? #10, 3 plus 1 for Ben Stevenson. The 1 being the penalty goal, so that's 4 in total. Matthew Farmer is number 11. Hasn't had a lot of full time, in fact only 9 minutes so far, but they might ring the changes a little bit tonight, I fancy. And Maxwell Irvin, who really impressed me the other day, can be a really dominant force for the USA. Got 8 field goals and 1 penalty goal in the statistics from Budapest, and Drew Holland is the first choice goalie. Probably see him, although depending how the USA look at this, they might give Adrian Weinberg a little bit of full time. That's the USA, coached by Dejan Udovičić. And next up will be the South Africans. Just 2 games for them. Both heavy defeats. Italy beating them 22-4, Spain 28-2. So they've only scored 6 goals so far. Lwazi Madi is their main goalkeeper, wearing number 1. 2 is Ignatius Badenhorst.
Number 3, this is Niall Wheeler.
Niall Wheeler is the South African number 3.
And number 4, Todd James.
Todd Howard is number 4 for South Africa, who
Number 5, Mark Maynard.
gets a chance to face one of the big names here. Farouk Mayman is number 5. Rourke Olver. They've only scored 4 goals, but he scored 1 of them.
Number 7, this is
Cameron Lawrenson will be number 7. That's a bit Alexi Lalas, isn't it? That haircut.
Number 8 for South Africa.
Do you remember him? Dane Tucker is number 8. And here comes a man who's actually scored 2 goals for them. Their top scorer, Dylan Cronje, is number 9.
Number 10, Ross George Stone.
Ross Stone is 10. I mentioned 4 goal scorers. I've told you about 3 of them so far. Here comes the 4th. Chad Roman is 11. So playing a bit of basketball behind on that. And Jonathan Swanepoel is 12. Lawabo
Number 13,
Mfakili has only had 8 minutes. He's the backup goalie behind Lwazi Madi.
please welcome the head coach of South Africa.
Head coach of South Africa is Vaughan Marlow, with assistants Stephen Lamarck and Jubilani Sabia.
And once again, ladies and gentlemen, we give you South Africa.
Time for the anthems, and as is customary in Budapest and in water polo, it'll be the team listed second on the score sheet who go first. So the USA anthem will be followed by the South African anthem.
Please remain standing for the national anthem of South Africa.
Yeah, we have quite a few stirring anthems, though, in the water polo. Brazil, Italy, and South Africa too. Well, the USA will have their eyes most certainly on quarterfinal and beyond. Their women are expected to go and win that title. The men just a little bit in their wake. But there's expectation they can at least get into the medal round. As you can see, there's some vast experience and also some newcomers in this South African lineup. Dane Tucker is part of the future for them. Then number 8. And Paul Marlowe is the man who is in charge of trying to take South African men's water polo to another level. The amount of players they have, not that easy, but talent ID process is well underway. They did reach 9th in the Olympic Games, but we're going back to 1960 for that. Nothing in recent history to show that they're going to be a powerhouse anytime soon. The Americans, however, as I mentioned, the women, very much top of their tree. USA are trying to climb theirs. Captain Ben Halleck, number 7, has been very influential. And he's helped the likes of Alex Bowen and Maxwell Irvin through. Irvin is a massive presence. You'll see him most likely in their starting 6. There's Dejan Udovičić. They have changed their coach from 2019 to 2022. So 9th last time, which was a great disappointment for the USA men. They'll be hoping to go at least one step further. Well, it's just eased off a bit. It's now 31. It was 33 when we started the last game. So it's a little bit more temperate, a little bit cooler. Also, I can feel a bit of a spray coming. I think some of the water blowing from the water polo pool up to our commentary position, which is a bad thing. White caps will be worn by South Africa. The blue caps, dark blue, will be won and worn by the USA. Seven names already in the quarterfinals, only one to be added. It's going to be either South Africa or the USA. Referees want the Americans to break up because South Africans are ready to go. USA obviously have their little routine they need to go through, and the referee from Kazakhstan was getting a little bit annoyed, but he's sending them back to the goal line. They're getting the wrong side of the ref now. South Africa have been ready to go for a while. Right, we'll have the first sprint. I'm still not happy with the USA beyond the goal line yet, but they are now. Everybody in position, so we can get things underway. USA against South Africa sprint, and no real surprise, the USA have the slightly better swimmers and are first to the ball, and they'll get Dorba involved straight away, as they will Irving. Irving has one hell of a shot when he lets it go. Not going to do it this time. He's going to give it to Stevenson instead. He's got that top corner to look at, which is available. He's showing and showing and showing, and just plays it straight into the body of Lawazi Mahdi. So as that's the save, they will get a reset to 20. Dorba thinking about a shot, won't take it quite yet. They keep possession of the ball with 11 seconds to go. Irving, oh, that's a lovely feed to Dylan Woodhead. And first of the USA scoreline is Dylan Woodhead. And has the all-round ability I was mentioning of Maxwell Irvin. He will score some goals tonight, I'm sure, but he's also very good at setting things up. First attack for the South Africans with Farouk Maiman. Only the 4 goals so far in 2 games, so we're not expecting them to be that prolific, but let's see if they could just get a little butterfly sorter at this stage to keep those butterflies in check, which they will have when they're playing one of the big teams in world water polo. So the women are certainly right up there. The Americans aren't too far behind, it must be said. Now Dorba thought about it, still thinking about it. It may come back around to him. That's a palm away from the shot, which was directed well, but didn't have as much direction as he would have liked from Alexander Bowen. And it's back with South Africa, who only 2 minutes into the game. We've conceded just the 1 so far. Rourke Oliver for the South Africans. Gives it to Farouk Maiman. Still very deep. Look at that shot clock. Well, it ran out. We had 30 seconds. They used up the 30 seconds and didn't really get a quality shot away. That's with the USA's number 13, Drew Holland. 1-0 to the USA. Trying to line up for number 2. And they are. And back from the inside of the post it comes. And then off the bar it goes. So the woodwork getting rattled on 2 occasions. The post still vibrating as the follow-up shot came in and rattled the top of the bar. So at the moment, the woodwork is the South Africans' best friend. And again, it's like a coconut shy. I'm sure there's a goldfish if they keep doing that. Hit the bar twice, hit the post once, go again. Fantastic. That's 3 crossbars and 1 post hit in the this move. They've still got the ball, but they just can't get it under the crossbar. I don't think I've ever seen that. Cronje will be trying to stop this one, and is. Good. South Africa do at last come away with it. They were under quite a barrage of shots. And to be fair, Lawazi Mahdi didn't actually have to make a save or a stop because the woodwork came to the South Africans' aid on every occasion. 3 crossbars and 1 post. Possession is back with Dylan Cronje. He's met by Dylan Woodhead, and that will be USA ball. And they should be pretty quick about it here. Dorba fakes as if to shoot. Irwin will surely. Oh, he puts it into the area where... No, the whistle already gone. They will not count as... Are they going to give it? They are going to give it. Yeah, the whistle had gone, but that was obviously just to indicate a foul. And that one will be registered. Or will it? No, it's a penalty shot. There you go. The initial shot does not go in, but this one potentially will from Maxwell Irvin. Yeah, he's from that kind of range, pretty unstoppable. So double figures now for the number 12 for the USA. Maxwell Irvin, 8 + 1 coming in. Field goals 8, penalty goals now 2 for Irvin. Second goal. There we are midway through the first quarter, however. And here comes the aforementioned Alexi Lalas lookalike, Cameron Lawrenson. Wearing number 7, just given away though. It's going to be a very long night for the South Africans if they keep giving the ball away like that. Possession is key for them to keep this respectable. Maxwell Irving. Look for it back, because there's every opportunity for the man out wide to take his chance, and that is precisely what he does. That will be Alexander Bowen's first of the game. Scorers so far then: Dylan Woodhead, Alex Bowen and Maxwell Irving from that penalty shot. South Africa haven't really laid a blow on the American net. Well, again, they hit the woodwork. Both ends is getting a bit of a pummeling at the moment. Drew Holland, very calm, very composed goalie. His distribution is excellent. Chase Dodd, that's into no man's land. Won back beautifully by Lawazi Mardi. He had a couple of Americans and one of his own teammates to work his way around and did just that. So it's going pretty quickly. 2:37 now remaining. Can they get a shot in? No, that's overweighted, overhit that pass. Roman, and they're going to give it back straight to the Americans. Just not creating enough when they get in position. They're getting the ball up the pool fairly quickly, but they're not doing much with it when they're in and around that 2-meter area. Dorber. Also on the play. It's a foul. Not an exclusion yet. Another foul. Consistent fouling. There will be an exclusion now. And it's going to be Ross Stone is going to go 6-on-5 for America. They didn't spend very long formulating that one. And he gets beaten again. And Woodhead has another to his name. No, goalie up to this stage has done a pretty good job. He has had a massive amount of help from the woodwork, but they're keeping it relatively respectable at this stage. Just the 4 goals to the USA in the opening quarter. Not anything happening at the other end, though. What they'd love to do is score at least a couple against the USA if they could, just so they've done it. And it's going to be a long, raking pass to find Maxwell Irving. Now watch what he does with this. Oh, he wasn't allowed to do what he wanted to do with it. He receives a massive dunk. Well, he was just in the act of coming out of the pool like a salmon to shoot and find his leap interrupted. Davic. That's lovely feed, and a great conversion by Jake Earhart. And he joins the list of goal scorers. 2 for Dylan Woodhead, 1 for Alexander Bowen, 1 for Maxwell Irving. And the USA move to 5. It's going to be a tough evening for him, but massive experience. He's been up against the Italians, so knows how good they are. But up against the Spanish as well. They're 2 of the top teams to face, and now he's got the USA. It's getting easier for South Africa. To Italy, Spain, and now the USA. Tucker for South Africa. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Nothing is going to result from this. South African coach is prowling up and down. Hands on hips. obviously talked about drills before this game, and nothing that they worked on is actually coming to fruition. Another one coming, another one posted in the corner. Chase Dodd, I think that was, the USA number 2, the youngest member of this team at 19. And that's 1 to his existing 4. This just brought me a pineapple, that's very nice. Can't consume that when I'm talking to you about this game. Mayman, Howard, over, and America just reclaim it. And I don't think, have they tested Drew Holland yet? They actually got the ball through to the American goal. They haven't. 6-0. First quarter is done. The Americans, in terms of their shots, have been pretty accurate so far. 50% in fact. South Africa 0, USA 6 after the first. So I've got Italy, Spain, USA. They're opening 3 games. That's a points and chalice if ever you had one. But they love their anthem and they love being in Budapest. They love competing. They want to try and get a little further up the standings. Now, the 2 American goals while you're watching this are having a little bit of byplay. So I wonder if we'll see Adrian Weinberg coming in. He's only had 1 shift, literally been on for 20 seconds. So I think they're thinking he needs a bit more time between the posts. So watch out for that change potentially being made. There's the, we just saw the American goalie. There's Cameron Lawrenson. And, the South Africans don't have quite the physicality to match the USA. So they don't have the firepower. So I think we're going to see a change in goalie as we look at the stats. 50% shot efficiency for the USA. So I've got only with 2 shots so far, and I think having evaluated the first 8 minutes, the USA coach is saying, right, it's your turn now, Adrian. So change of goalie. Drew Holland looks like he's going to have the night off, or the rest of the night off anyway. And all the officials are ready, all the players are ready to start period number 2. First one on the sprint, won by the US, and the second one won by the US. Ben Stevenson gets the ball first. Dylan Woodhead with a couple from the first half. Alex Bowen also scored. Chase Dodd also scored. All the players out in the pool have scored. There's going to be an exclusion for South Africa. Again, within seconds, within a couple of seconds. Exclusion really doesn't matter because Alex Bowen is there. And Alex Bowen adds to his tally. 2 for him. Woodhead has 2. Dodd has 2, and Irvin has 1. That's a penalty goal, of course. 7-0. Only 22 seconds gone in the third, and already the USA have advanced their score just a little bit more. Lawrenson. There's Ginger Locks flowing behind him. He's under pressure, still under pressure from Babic. Shot clock is down to 8. They're nowhere near on goal. And Ben Stevenson will swim away and has every chance of going coast to coast here. This could be one end to the other for Ben Stevenson. Is he going to shoot? No, he's going to palm it away. I thought we were going to get one of those rare coast to coast goals, but instead he finds the man for a better angle, and that man with the better angle was Chase Dodd. And America get their 8th. And that's 3 players on 2 now. Chase Dodd joins Alex Bowen and Dylan Woodhead. Only 2 shots in the game so far for South Africa. I'm actually hard pressed to remember 2 shots, but right on the stats is what it says. Oliver, that one is easily dealt with, but at least it was a shot. Yeah, and they had to make a decent save too. Welcome to the game, Adrian Weinberg. Americans immediately the other end, immediately score through Dylan Woodhead, and that will be his 3rd. Third goal for Woodhead, and that was all happening in the blink of an eye. Right into the corner. Little or nothing that Lwazi Madi could do about that. 3 out of 3. Dead-eye Dick tonight is Dylan Woodhead. Just looking for another way through. No way currently. Just what they could do is with a man advantage. And they're not going to get it this time. They get 6 on 5, perhaps they can construct something, but all they're doing at the moment is swimming back. Irving's in pursuit. Irving able to come to the surface and shoot, but that's the ball. They know how dangerous he is, so immediately there's a South African trained on him. Dodd, another one looking for a hat-trick. Vavic, that's a good stop, and extra 20 seconds on the shot clock now for the Americans. Lwazi Madi makes that one. Another one, another one. And who is the latest on the coconut shy? It's Hannes Dorba, the number 5 for the USA. And, they're coming from all angles. And that's over the top of Lwazi Madi. USA 10 to the good. South Africa 0, USA 10. We still have 5:06 remaining in this one. Are they going to lose it? I believe they are. That's the second shot clock buzzer. What the Americans will have a chance to do, of course, is use the depth of their bench. Some of the fringe players will get more of a look in tonight. Here comes Dorba. A little show, and actually, ultimately, that did not work. A bit too much show from Chase Dodd there. A long pass might have been a good idea because there was a South African down the pool. Cronje was on his own for a moment. Now Oliver. South Africa in the white caps, if you have just joined us, playing from left to right, still to open their account. Badenhorst. That's very constructive, but not quite well directed enough. But good try by Ross Stone. A quick transition here by the Americans. This is going to be another, and it is for Chase Dodd. We talked about his hat-trick. Well, not long after I mentioned it, there it is. As the USA go to 11-0. It's going to be in the corner. Could have put it pretty much anywhere, to be honest. Chase Dodd, but in the corner it goes. 3 out of 4 converted. Farouk Maiman. Pretty much all these South Africans have had a reasonable amount of pool time. Very few have they had the luxury of not playing, so we're all in the 16, 17, 18, 19 range. Here he is again. Chase Dodd, could this be number 4 by any chance? It is. That's the first choice goalie. Having a nice old sitter, doesn't need to worry about any saving tonight, just observing from the sidelines. And of course, there was one South African back. There wasn't really much that Rourke Olver could do about it. Going on for 13 minutes, and well, South Africans haven't really come close to scoring a goal as yet. Swanepoel is just behind Roman. 13 seconds. Oh, shoot, wouldn't you from there? Just have a go. Put some pressure on and make the goalie make the save. And that is exactly what's had to happen this time from Adrian Weinberg. So they've got an extra 20, and that's the point. You can earn yourself a few more valuable seconds if you can get the goalie to make the save. And they've had probably the longest possession of the game so far with Swanepoel. 9 seconds, but they're doing nothing with it. Lawrenson, got to get a shot away. Here it comes, and again into the goalie. But another shot on goal, at least that helps their stat a little bit. Looking at the stats for South Africa, there's not many registered yet. They've had 7 shots in the whole of the game. Obviously, they haven't converted one yet, but 7 shots. And that will be another one. This man is scoring in bunches. Chase Dodd. Got a 5-bar gate now because that's his 5th of the game. Don't get too many 5 scorers. Might another column for his goals before the end. That was so nice. Now that was very inventive. That was a very nice idea, and it so nearly worked, but not quite. The other end, it is Vavic, who then immediately gets submerged. Right on top of him is Ross Stone. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Americans not rushing on this one. 7 seconds and counting. And it's still there to be won, and will be won back by the South Africans. So it's one of those rare occasions where the Americans are around the front of the South African net and they don't convert. Cameron Lawrenson has an American behind him. I love that. There's an American behind him, and the South African coach is not happy with that. He's basically staying up the pool for when the ball is punted, and it will be a lob pass here, surely, from Weinberg. Well, it would have been had the South Africans not got back as quickly as they did, so that option wasn't on. Dodd with 5 to his name. Comes it off to Woodhead. Back into the mixer, and then a good save. Gerhardt with the shot. The save made by Lawazi Madi. Yeah, well, it's pretty easy, but still had to be made. 25 seconds on the game clock. Last chance in this half anyway for South Africa to score, which is not going to happen because it's been stolen away again. Well, both ends of the pool, Chase Dodd is earning his American stripes. The youngest player on the team, but definitely their future, and that will round it off. And well, a very symmetrical first half. 6-0 first, 6-0 second. The USA are cantering into the quarterfinal. You wouldn't be able to tell that from the coach's face, however, but it's all USA. South Africa 0, America 12 at half-time. Well, America will be very happy. They got a chance to give their younger players their heads, and they've given Chase Dodd his head in a big way. 4 goals before tonight. He's doubled that tally, +1. Also contributions from Dorber, from Erhardt, from Woodhead, from Bowen, and from Irving, all on the score sheet. And Halleck has sat it out. He's not really been involved, which is kind of, I suppose, how it should be. The captain can say, right, go on, boys. It's your night, not mine. And Chase Dodd scoring goals in clumps. Here's that feed to him again. And rifled into the corner. There's that rather comical moment, or succession of moments in the first quarter where America hit the bar 3 times and hit the post once in the same move. Got the ball back, off the bar, off the bar, off the post, off the bar. But had no worries, no concerns in that direction since. Well, 55% shot efficiency, 12 from 22 is fine. Over 50% always agreeable. Action shots, plenty of those, 5 of 13. They've converted on their only penalty shot. And, well, it's a blank column against the South Africans, apart from personal fouls and a few steals as well. Nobody's in any trouble. That's interesting, that. No American fouls at all. Stone has got a couple, actually, for South Africa, so he's going to need to be a little bit careful. We've seen Jason Statham up on the board for a reason I can't quite work out. Maybe he's an American water polo fan or something. We can ponder on that as we watch period number 3 get underway. 3 sprints, 1. That's more competitive, but it will go the way of the... That won't. Are they going to throw it in? They are going to throw it in, I think. So give it back to the ref, and he'll throw it in to the 2 players and see who gets it now. He'll try and drop it. It's like a drop ball. It's the water polo equivalent of a drop ball. They have to separate so it's fair. Kind of line out in rugby territory. And that is going to be South African ball. So they've won a sprint. Well, they won the drop ball in effect, but they have on paper won the sprint. Mayman. You could try a few party tricks and see what comes off. Why not? You pretty much know where they're heading or not heading, as the case may be, in this one. It's back with a man who's delighted to get some time in the team, Adrian Weinberg. So he had, before this game, had 20 minutes of play. All the rest was Drew Hollands. It looks like an exclusion coming for South Africa, and Farouk Mayman is making his way to the exclusion zone as the Americans prepare for yet another shot. Stevenson is the one who pops it in the corner. Easy as you like. Lucky 13 for the USA. South Africa will once again get the game underway. Mayman. Well, the Americans are trying very hard to keep Swanepoel quiet. Swanepoel, however, does have the ball. We will now try and go central. It's an exclusion for the Americans. That's their first foul. Their first exclusion, anyway, in the game. So 6 on 5. Come on, South Africa, we can do this. Oh, it's off the bar. What a gilt-edged chance that was for South Africa to open their scoring. And off the bar it goes. You will not get a better chance than that, Dane Tucker. So close. Inches away from putting South Africa on the ball, but that big duck egg stays up there. Ben Halleck, the captain, I said he'd been pretty quiet and not really involved. Well, maybe he heard me, because he is involved and he has scored. Number 14. Had some quite high scores when the Spanish have been in the 30s. And we have a bit of a fear and dread for South Africa that they may be following suit here. Farouk Mayman. What the neutrals really want to see them score, and they came pretty close to it just now. Mayman, come on, have a pop. Not going to happen. He might have a pop. There's going to have a pop because there's only a few seconds remaining on the shot clock. Wheeler, and that is a block and reset, but the reset will be America's. 6-0 first, 6-0 second. A couple of goals in the third already. Bowen. Tight angle. A little bit of a juggling act done by Earhart. And whilst he was juggling, he couldn't get enough purchase on that shot. So that is stifled by Lawazi Mahdi. 5:09 in the third remaining. Forward with a little bit of urgency here from Cameron Lawrenson. But unfortunately, nobody else is quite as urgent as he was. And that will find its way into the area of the back of the goal. But it is 20-second shot clock reset, so they can do some damage with this, potentially. Stone, who's on those 2 fouls, remember. They're working inside nicely. Come on, get the shot away. No, he can't. Just dribbled out of his hands, Todd Howard. And there will be a timeout called by the South Africans, no, by the Americans. The Americans have called the timeout. So we'll get a chance to hear what Dejan Udovičić has to say. Yes, USA first of the timeouts, and here he is.
Hey, he cover your back. Why are you swimming all the way down? Stevie, cover your back. Yeah, heads up. Heads up. He's calling you. He's calling you. He's calling. He cover your back. You don't need to swim. Just switch this side.
Coaches are never satisfied, are they? You're winning 14-0, and the coach still has a bit of nitpicking to do. Well, he wants them to be, of course, as good as they can be when they get to the knockout rounds, but I just want to keep them honest. Vavic combining with Stevenson. There's the shot coming, yeah. Very well read, though, by Lawazi Mahdi. Was in good position. Knew that was on the way and covered the centre of the goal pretty well. It slipped away from Stevenson, who just helps it back to his goalie. Only halfway through this third quarter here. Another one probably coming here. Yeah, another one. They're not even celebrating the goals now. Dorba happy to add another one to his statistical readout, but it's a contest. It's been pretty one-sided. Lawrenson, very central. He's not got players where he wants them. He's going to have to shoot himself. He doesn't actually have the option he really requires. Heads up, says the coach several times. You can no doubt hear him. And that's another heads-up play, and another one. And number 6 for Chase Dodd. Oh, he's got 5 down on there. I had him down for 6. This computer has him down for 5. But I think on a night like this, 5 or 6, yeah, it doesn't really make that much difference. But it's down for 5 goals now. 2 for Dorba, 1 for Erhardt, 1 for Halleck, 2 for Bowen, 1 for Stevenson, 1 for Irving. It's a roll call for the Americans, who go to 16. Is there a corner to pick? Well, he went for the probably wrong option, went at the goalie. There's a little bit of light. If you look at that, although he would have had the outstretched palm of Irvin to beat as well, but here is Dodd. Whether it's 5 or 6 goals is, let's say, kind of immaterial, because he may well add another couple yet. Babic gets his first. Well, we might have a situation here where it looks like a men's tennis match, because it's love 6, love 6. At the moment it's love 5, but they've got long enough to score a 6, so 18 goals is not too far away. Well, they'll finish top 16, of course, even if they finish on the last rung of the ladder, which would be 16 here. But they'll be hoping that maybe they can meet a team that they can at least be competitive with later on. Lawrenson. And now there's plenty of blue caps going forward, including that of Maxwell Irving. And I reckon he's going to maybe take a punt here. No, he's going to put it centrally instead. Show. The whistle has gone. In there for too long. Also changed goalie. I noticed that Fakili is in the South African net. Go on. Oh, he couldn't quite go on. But they have the man advantage. Great chance. It's hit the bar again. Second time they've got within that range, and they have hit the bar. Todd Howard. I said before they won't get a better chance. Well, that's an equally good one, and it's just the wrong side. Half the ball hit it and half the ball didn't, but it needs to be a few inches lower to open the scoring. So America need one more for that 6 love. Not going to get it that time, because that save was made by Mfakili. Both South African goalies being used. Mfakili's only had 8 minutes prior to this. Dorba talking to each other about what they might construct here. And the shot off the bar. I'll have a look. Let's make sure there's not holes in both of those goals by the time we leave. I don't talk about the ones below the bar, I'm talking about the bar itself, which which has taken a feral pounding, certainly at the South African end. That's Cameron Lawrenson. That's a lovely pass, but they can't quite turn, twist, and shoot in the same movement. So America will claim it back. One last offensive move, and that doesn't go in. Much to the chagrin of Maxwell Irvin. So that symmetry is going to be ended. 6, 6, and 5 for America. A lot of numbers, a lot of number crunching, but the important one is that America are 8 minutes away from taking their place in the quarterfinal. They have been dominant throughout, and they lead South Africa by 17 goals to 0. Five goals for Chase Dodd, 2 for Anders Dorber, 3 for Woodhead. And shots are plenty, 32 of them for the USA. 17 converted, 53% efficiency. South Africa had a few more shots belatedly, but they just haven't as yet managed to convert. Good cosmopolitan look about the crowd tonight. There are some Americans, there's some South Africans down below me. I don't know if enjoying is the right word, what they're seeing, but watching their team in action. And we will enter the last phase of play. Last 8 minutes to come. Well, South Africa won the last sprint. Should end up being a drop ball. They're not going to get this. They are going to get this one. 2 sprints apiece. That is a definite advancement. And it's with maybe now what they want now, of course, is a goal. All we're asking is give us a goal, and that's palmed away nicely by the number 9. Falls back to South African hands, and the big boy's back in. Drew Holland is back in, trying to keep that shutout as best he can. He does talk a lot, does Drew Holland. And right, exclusion time, and it's going to be a penalty, I think. I think the South Africans have a penalty. No, it's going to come out again. Just checking. Let's go timeout for South Africa.
Hey.
Yeah, let's see what their coach has to say.
Listening. Short post, big man, long post, wheels. Actually, right wing, right control, left wing, Stein. Hey, bull. Okay, let's go. Left control, so slide into the middle.
They've got 20 seconds with a man advantage, so there's no need to rush it. That's a good save. The big man is back in. He thought, they both thought wrong. That maybe, just maybe, Ignatius Badenhorst would be the first scorer, but they've got a 6-on-5 Neutrals here would love to see South Africa at least score one. Wheeler. Rotated 7 seconds. Got to get something in, got to get something in, got to get something in. Now, too late, won't count. Too late, won't count. It was after the 30-second shot. Yeah, he's so annoyed because he just held on to it for too long. When the shot eventually did come, successful though it was a second after the shot clock had expired. Bowen. And that would be an exclusion for Dane Tucker. Just checking on the fouls. Only Ross Stone's in trouble. Dylan Woodhead's got a couple now for America. And talking of numbers, there's another one to add. And it's now 18 with a bullet. And that was a bullet from Marko Vavic. Farouk Maimon. Swallow pole. Maimon. Now looking up. Go right, go left. It's gone right on this occasion. It'll be back around to him. Might have to go left this time. No, it's going to go back around that option, but they're not getting much further advanced, and there's only 5 seconds. That might have been the option first time, but they went to it too late. And the block came from Bowen. Dodd is on 5, that's confirmed, and another one to add for Marko Vavic, who scored 3 in pretty quick succession here. Not from having no goals, having 3 goals, not quite in a blink of an eye, but pretty quickly. And we're talking about 19 now. And we are just over 2 minutes into this last period. Lawrenson swims forward. The ball carrier will find somebody else to carry it as they get to within 2. Not quite, not quite, not quite. It was almost there from Todd Howard, but now a one-on-one, and it's the man looking for number 6, and he's got it. Chase Dodd thought it had 6 before. Confirmation that he now does have 6 out of 7 for Chase Dodd. And they are into the 20s. 5:28 remaining on the game. There's still smiles on some of the faces of the South Africans. Just enjoying being in this esteemed company. Lawrenson, easy to spot, even with a number with that long ginger hair out the back of his cap. Howard. And there's got an option for the shot. No, that wasn't the option. 28 seconds on the shot clock, so always good with distribution is Drew Holland. Look at that. Right onto the palm. Just terrific stuff to Dodd. Is it 7? Not quite yet. Vavic, and that is another for him. And he's rapidly catching up with Chase Dodd. He's a long way behind, but now he's only 2 adrift. 6 to Dodd, 4 to Vavic. '21. 4 in this quarter already. Cameron Lawrenson. Try and do it the right way. Try and set things up, but I'd be very, very persuaded that maybe having a crack from a long distance might not be a bad idea. You might get a rebound, you might get a follow-in, you might get a 20-second clock reset. As it is, we're nearly into the last 4 minutes of this one. Bowen with yet another. And he joins the ranks of the hat-tricks. Woodhead has one. Dodd has a double hat-trick. I love the facial expressions. Yeah. And have we lost? We have lost Alex Bowen. He's just not in the pool. Swanepoel, who's going to get their name in lights for getting the South African goal? They've had it in the net once, but it was just after the 30-second shot clock. Now they're swarming around, and that's what I mean. The Americans are really working very hard, even though they don't have to in terms of the game. That's a lovely long pass again. He's such a good goalie. Here's Drew Holland. He's got a short pass, he's got a long pass. He reads the game so brilliantly. It's an extra asset for them. Not all goalies are as smart as he is in terms of their distribution, but he's really good. Babic, oh, it's nearly another, but it's wide of the target. It's 5 in this one unanswered for the USA. Swanepoel now operating on the right. Dorba. This is Mayman. Mayman. Can they get in tight? They can't get in very tight at all. They're going to again have to go from range, from long range. That's great! That is great, Swanepoel. They have scored, and it's a really good goal as well. Terrific goal. Time for the South Africans to celebrate, time for the smile to come across the face of Jonathan Swanepoel. That was a terrific shot right into the corner. There was nothing, but nothing Drew Holland could do about that. Just watch this unleash. Yeah. And despite the attempt by Dylan Woodhead to block, he couldn't. Well, it's taken until 2:44 towards the end of the game for that to happen, but which will be on Jonathan Swanepoel tonight. They won't be drinking because they'll have another game in a couple of days' time. It will be South African ball, 2:27. It wasn't a gimme goal by any means. It was a well orchestrated one just to get them on the board. Now, riches indeed if they could find another, and that's going to be a turnover, I'm afraid. Foul committed as they were going towards trying to shoot. He'll be annoyed. He'll be frustrated that his understudy kept a clean sheet and he's coming and not. Goalie's done well. The American doesn't agree, but oh, now here's a one-on-one opportunity. The crowd are going wild. Could this be number 2? Could it? Could it? It could! Ross Stone adds to Jonathan Swanepoel's goal. And of course, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really mean a lot. But to the South Africans, it means a great deal. And he took it well. Up against a very, very experienced goalie, and then just faked him. Little fake, a little shimmy, and a little shot right into the corner. Oh, yes. Well, just looking at the period score, it's 5-2. 5-2, obviously in the USA's favour, but a lot more respectable. That is another one that finds its way in, though. So we'll make that 6-2. And that is Ben Stevenson's second. 23-2. So they've done another 6 in this one. 6-6-5-6. Both sides have used both their goalies. Both sides have used virtually every available player as well. Oh, I was about to say, could there be number 3? That's getting greedy. Swanee Pole. Nearly added another. Well, they've now had 6 different goal scorers in the tournament. Only 2 in this, but overall they've had 6. Vavic. 7 seconds. There's going to be an exclusion for Lawrenson, I believe. Yeah, it is him. Going to the exclusion zone. Stevenson finds it short side. And that will be another for the Americans. And first for Matthew Farmer. It's come up on the score sheet. It's Farmer, yep. 10-11. And that will be 7-2 in this period. And we're nearly done. Nearly done. One more attack will just about do it. Straight out of the exclusion zone into the play goes Lawrenson. And that will give them not a chance, but they've got one more possession. We're down to 0. And the shot clock has expired. The game clock has expired. And the USA progress in comfort to the last 8. South Africa will at least take those 2 late goals away as a little bit of consolation. Scored 2 against Spain, they scored 4 against Italy, and now they've scored 2 against the USA. And it was Chase Dodd with 6 that helped them towards that scoreline. South Africa 2, USA 24. Well, we had to wait a long time, didn't we, for the 2 South African goals, which were cheered probably as vociferously as any that we've seen prior to that. Most of the American big names got on the score sheet, and they were able to give Adrian Weinberg quite a bit of game time as well. The Americans will be happy to have got a lot of goals under their belt going forward. It will get much more difficult once they get into the last 8. They'll have a couple of days break, and then they can start thinking about the last 8 and potentially the last 4 as well. Game played in a very good spirit too. Won a lot of penalties. Matthew Farmer and Dylan Woodhead both had 2, and Lawrenson and Stone had 2 for South Africa. But these are the stats that matter. 24 out of 40 for the USA, 2 out of 25 in terms of conversions for South Africa. So we're up to 60% in the end for the USA. And sprints won, they were shared, 2 apiece. A few more fouls you might expect for South Africa, but again, 14 in the game is not a lot, and 11 steals for the USA. Rebounds are plenty, of course, but it was the woodwork, frame of the goal, the crossbar and the post that took quite a pounding in this one, I can assure you. There's that wonderful bit in the first period where it hit the bar 3 times and hit the post once in the same passage of play. Well, she had her flag ready to celebrate when she thought a goal had been scored. It wasn't, but she had a chance to wave that twice at the end of the game. For Marlowe, will be delighted his team stuck in there. They did not totally capitulate. There have been bigger score lines than that in the competition so far. And they'll have an easier opponent to face next. It won't be the USA, won't be Spain, it won't be Italy that they've encountered thus far. And not had what you might call an easy game at any stage. This is 22, 28, and now 24 in their first 3 games. Man of the match, well, it has to be Chase Dodd, doesn't it? You can't ignore a man who's got 6 goals. Yeah, 6 out of 7 scored by Chase Dodd. He is the player of the game. There was no real doubt about that. He went on a real scoring spree at one stage. There were 4 from Vavic and 3 from Woodhead and Bowen, but a double hat-trick for Chase Dodd. And America will find themselves in the last 8, where they expected to be anyway. That extra game might have sharpened them up just a little bit more for their next opponent. So men take a breather tomorrow. The women are back in action. And we have reached the quarterfinal stage of the women's. The action will be here at the Alfred Halios National Swimming Stadium. Imagine that you might be back, and we'll be back for the action tomorrow all the way through the day. The quarterfinals all coming to you live from Budapest. Have yourself a great Monday evening. Those are the quarterfinal games in Budapest tomorrow. Italy, France, USA, Spain, Greece, Netherlands, and Australia versus Hungary. All played in this pool, starting at 1 o'clock local. Okay, there's a bit of music in the background. Are we okay for that? Okay, all right. Yeah, fine, that's good. All right. Here